Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now January 4th of 2022, and as we get closer to the official release of the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 2, which is going to debut tomorrow, or technically tonight at 3 a.m., a lot of Star Wars fans around the world are really preparing themselves for the marketing run of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that's about to debut this March to really set things up for its May of 2022 release, to really kind of give fans a sense of what's going to happen with the roadmap of Star Wars. We already know that Celebration of 2022 is going to have a lot of new Star Wars TV shows, a lot of new Star Wars movies that will be announced, and more to come. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting time for Star Wars. As I've always said before in the past, we are approaching the golden years of Star Wars. We have a lot of things coming our way for this year, as well as for 2023. Now, 2023 is going to be a very important year for Star Wars because we have shows like the Ahsoka Tano series, we have the Mandalorian Season 4, which, by the way, it's not going to be called Season 4. It's going to have a subtitle attached to it all. But there's a lot at play here between George, John, and Dave, and exactly what they're really trying to do to really succeed with Star Wars, to really bring it back to its roots, to the vision of George Lucas, and a lot of unused concepts from Star Wars Legends that are going to become a part of the overall new universe as well. So, on top of all of this, what's really intriguing has everything to do with, of course, Lucasfilm right now and exactly how they are indeed operating as a company. Now, one particular Star Wars TV show that a lot of fans have been having issues with is the Acolyte TV series. Now, we already know that Lucasfilm has been having a lot of problems with Kathleen Kennedy, of course, a lot of the creators, a lot of the employees over there, over this TV show because of how stressful it's really been and how much work is being poured into it. So with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars projects like Ahsoka and Kenobi, both John and Dave are getting ready to announce their new Star Wars TV show for Disney Plus that will be unveiled at Star Wars Celebration. Now, further, it's described, however, that FAVREAU and Filoni are beginning to prepare themselves for the filming of the Acolyte series for Disney Plus. It's described, however, that just recently Lucasfilm ran into new issues and trouble for a specific Star Wars TV series that is currently in development. Now, it's described that this involves the Acolyte TV show with Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie Headland that is now running into a more problematic situation than before. Further, it's described that some rewrites are being implemented again for the last few episodes of the series that are set to involve the character of Yoda. Further, it's described that some of these rewrites are related to Disney pushing Kathleen Kennedy to tone down the budget of the Star Wars TV show, and that these demands led Lucasfilm to running into a lot of problems by involving a CGI version of Yoda. So let me just stop right here for a second. We already know that Lucasfilm has been having a lot of problems with the Acolyte TV series for almost a year now. It's kind of crazy to even think about it like that, but this particular moment of Star Wars, alright, the fact that they are going to be including Yoda in the series, this is exactly what's causing a lot of problems for Kathleen Kennedy. Disney is now demanding Kennedy to cut back on the budget of the overall show in general, and how a lot of that is going to involve dwindling down of the amount of screen time that Yoda is going to get in the Acolyte TV series. Now, this in turn is really making Kennedy, getting thrown into a very, complex area. Whether or not she is going to use a ton of Yoda sporadically, or if she's just going to bundle him into one cameo. That's all a matter of exactly what the budget is really marked at right now for the Acolyte TV show, being demanded by Disney's higher-ups. Moving on. So not just that, but Disney has been delivering an idea to Kathleen Kennedy to use puppet Yoda instead of CGI Yoda in order to lower the budget of the movie in case it becomes a failure. The CG version of Yoda is still on, and it's what Kathleen Kennedy wants to do, as she believes it ties in with the prequels and helps with the continuity. Now, however, this is now causing further rewrites to shift some of the Yoda scenes around and could potentially delay the schedule for Lucasfilm to begin filming the Acolyte series. Now, Yoda is described to get a similar treatment as Luke Skywalker did in The Last Jedi, which is beginning to worry a lot of fans around the world right now as we speak. Much of Yoda's story will be told in the new High Republic books, slated for later this year, ahead of the Acolyte's release sometime in 2023. So in case you guys did not know this, I don't know if you did, but there is something happening right now with the Acolyte TV series where they are planning to create a very similar story to the character of Yoda from how they used Luke in The Last Jedi. That to me is a no-go. I don't know why Kathleen Kennedy would want to do such a thing. It makes no sense to me. We actually talked about this, just recently, of how Kathleen Kennedy is moving forward with all of that. I've said this time and time again, you can never replicate what was done in The Last Jedi. It's a disaster. It's, pretty much not the best thing to go about doing that, and the fact that she's even doing that again with the Acolyte TV series, I think it just goes to show us that she has a terrible judgment on the overall Star Wars fandom and exactly what the fandom wants to see and what Star Wars really is and what the philosophy of the franchise really is at its core. So, past all of this, with Kennedy now pushing for Disney to up the budget again for the Acolyte, Disney's higher-ups are not agreeing and have already made up their decision. Kennedy is described to be very frustrated over all of these demands and moves by Disney, and it's only causing further issues for the Acolyte series. Now, Yoda is set to exile himself and no longer believe in the Jedi way for a while, for about 80 years until the prequels begin again. This is an aspect of Yoda's life that Leslie Headland is currently writing that many fans will in turn have issues with, where Lucasfilm is now trying to get Leslie to rewrite many of Yoda's scenes as fast as possible, to hopefully stay on the schedule for principal photography to begin this April. So here's the thing about the Acolyte series, I don't know if you guys knew this, but it is going to take place 60 to 80 years before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And this really does kind of shed more light on how the High Republic era is going to come to an end. That's basically Leslie's overall plan. She wants to show everybody around the world how the High Republic comes to a conclusion and how it sets things up for the prequel trilogy movies. Now, again, like I've said, I think that there's a lot of issues at play here. The fact that we have heard Leslie Headland talk about this before in interviews, that she wants to essentially do a lot of retcons for Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and create a brand new meaning to how Star Wars works at its core. That, to me, worries me a lot. I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you. It worries me a lot, the fact that Leslie Headland is going to be doing these retcons that are very, very dangerous to be, dealt with, and the fact that she's looking to essentially reset the concept of the Chosen One. That's also going to be used in the Acolyte TV show. It's not going to be all about Anakin anymore. That whole aspect is, pretty much coming to an end. Again, like I say, I think that the Acolyte TV series, it's not going to do well on Disney+. I've said this before many times, that you got to approach a Star Wars story with passion. You can't just use it as a way to push your agenda, to push your very harsh ideas that are going to really impact the prequels in a negative aspect. When you kind of move forward with that pace, that's when things become problematic, and that's exactly why Disney is limiting the budget of this story. I think that they see that Kathleen Kennedy is a ticking time bomb when it comes to making Star Wars material, right? Be it movies or a TV show in this scenario. So overall, guys, let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.